All right. It says I'm live. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Yeah, well, that's just freaking wonderful. Let's try it again. Man, it's a shit show here on the old Weird Wednesday. Okay, we're removing Twitch. Okay, so it would appear to be that we're live on YouTube and Facebook. Again, good fucking grief. All right, now I got to send Jamie the link. And we'll see if she can get on here. So there you go. Trying to switch software because StreamYard's too expensive now. And, well, hey, I guess you get what you pay for. The cheaper ones don't work as good as StreamYard does, unfortunately, but can't afford $40 a month. Sean Allen says it sounds good. I sent Jamie the link, so hopefully she'll be popping in here. And if she's good, we'll both be good. Maybe. Zariana says, I sound good. Yeah, we're back to StreamYard again. And boom. Now you best not have echo.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah?
Oh, thank God.
Okay, we're back to StreamYard for tonight. Now that almost an hour's gone by of farting around with another piece of shit. Did I try restream? Yeah, I did try restream, and I was having problems. Everything looked like it was lining up perfectly, and it was real easy user face and all that, but it would not let me connect to Facebook or YouTube. It kept telling me I had to turn my pop-up blockers off, and I did that. I'm sitting there looking at it, clicked off, and it still said, no, you got to turn your pop-up blocker off. I'm like, okay. So I tried that like 10 times and then moved on. I moved on to a second problem.
Oh, no.
Which is the last one we were trying to broadcast on. What the hell's the name of it? I don't know. I forgot now. Yeah, that one. So, yeah, gonna have to do some back to the drawing board this week. Thought I had it all worked out earlier, but obviously thought wrong.
I didn't sign in as admin on here because I'm on Chrome and all that, so I don't even care. I'm just here. It's not echoing.
Yep.
That's all I care about. I'm just trying to share the new links out real fast.
Yeah. exactly, Janice. The pop-up blocker should be on if you're streaming. Like I turned everything off. I turned the pop-up blocker off. I turned my whole computer protection. I took the rubber off. I was barebacking it and still wouldn't connect.
Raw dogging it.
I was raw dogging it and it still wouldn't connect. I was like, damn. Yep. It just did not want to work. I don't know why, and I tried it in Safari. I tried it in Google Chrome. I tried it in Firefox and I tried it in Opera. I don't have any other browsers to try it in. The only thing I didn't try it on was my Windows laptop, which I opened it today for the first time in I don't know how long, and it had to update Windows and every other thing on there. It took like 3 hours. I was like, Jesus, I just wanted to use a ghost box on there, and like I didn't want to like have it write a biography of a life story. Old DOS days, exactly. Click, 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 click. Everything's in that black screen with the sepia letters.
Wait, which is the YouTube link one? It was live, but it says 40 minutes ago.
I don't even know. I was clicking on so many links. There's probably like 20 of them out there now for tonight's show. Because I was doing it at first on whatever Riverside, and like nothing was happening. I was just like, create link, and I'd click it and nothing would happen. And then finally one of them worked, and then I went back in there and there was like 10 of them. So I deleted all those, but apparently I just made like chop suey out of everything. Threw it all in the bucket and see where it stuck. Yeah, speaking of old school, I got a bunch of these. And these, remember when they were like really big?
Oh, yeah.
The 3 1/4 one, but I found all these. I was like cleaning out my garage. God, what a shit show that is. And I found a bunch of discs out there. So I got this old floppy drive that I can plug in. It still works. It's like you plug them in and it's like sounds like a old broken down lawnmower, but I had some pictures and stuff come up. Like, wow, that's from the Wayback Machine. But yeah, like I was telling Jamie yesterday, I was going to do some maintenance on my computer, and I wanted to clear out my pictures folder. And somehow I cleared every picture on my entire computer and my external hard drive all at the same time. Lost like 10,000 pictures off into the ether world. I don't know where they went. I don't think I'll ever get them back. So I hope to God I got them backed up somewhere. Oh, man. Yeah, StreamYard does work good. I got to give it that. Just can't justify the price doubling. But it sure is a lot easier and a lot more stable to work with than anything else we've tried so far. Yeah, oh my God, yes. All gone. I even had pictures for tonight's show, thumbnail. Went to get that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not there either. It's like every picture I had is just vaporized. It's unbelievable.
There's so much weird stuff right now that I can't even get started on, like how I'm getting screwed left and right, but I'm gonna make this happen.
don't know. I'm gonna mess with Riverside. I can't remember that name. Gonna mess with that some more. I've got OBS. OBS Broadcaster is a good one, but it's like a kind of a, it's got a big learning curve to it. OBS is good. It's a good platform, but it's definitely, I don't know, kind of technical. This is real easy. Restream seemed like it was going to be real easy. I just couldn't get it to connect. I couldn't get it to restream. Isn't that what it's supposed to do? Easily. Yeah, I'm hoping they're in like somewhere, but so far I haven't found it. Haven't found any of them.
Well, if you want, you can throw up one of my articles.
Craig says it seemed like the Facebook stream dropped. Hey, wouldn't be a surprise.
Is that why I can find it right now?
Well, it says we are live on Facebook. I don't know.
It's such like a mind fuck right now that everybody just come over to YouTube.
Yeah, really. Yeah, running your own server is probably the way to go. Let's see here. Boom, boom, present. I like the way Restream worked. It was a lot easier to share a screen. Didn't have to click through like 20 different things. It's got its pluses, but yeah, just gotta figure out the problem.
I think I just got to screw with them. There's something. I think really it's going to be fine, like on its own type thing, but okay.
And maybe I'll just buy it for a month. And, you know, like I say, I was using the free version. So, you know how that is. You get like the stripped down version of everything. So the watered down version. So maybe I'll buy it for a month and, you know, try a few shows on it.
But it worked good enough today. That's like the thing that's like.
Yeah. Yeah. When we did it earlier, yeah, there was a few people, Janice and
Heather,
Linda, I think y'all were all in it and everything sounded fine. After a few minutes, after it got it all like tuned up and it was working. And we didn't change anything. I left the window open and so did Jamie. Didn't change anything. Didn't use my computer for anything else. Come back a couple hours later and all hell's like breaking loose.
Well, we've got a war robot designed for defense bizarrely performs a DJ set at a nightclub, and they're calling it a really fun moment. Because they want you to know, even though these things, you know, can kill you and everything, that they can also be a good time. They have a flyer for it, too. They're taking their jobs.
Uh-oh.
Are we humanoid or are we dancer? A San Francisco nightclub recently put on a DJ headline by a robot designed for war. Phantom, a humanoid robot created by Foundation Robotics Lab, performed at Temple Nightclub for a 30-minute set during an event billed Tech Giga Party, an AI trade expo and networking event. According to a San Francisco Gate publication, the robotics set was applaudable, but the fist bumps that came from the war machine were offbeat. Oh, so I guess he fist bumps too, like Jersey style. The primary focus of Foundation, that should be on beat. Come on now. If you can train a bunch of drones together, the robot should be able to punch the beat.
Yeah, beatboxing robot.
Mm-hmm. The primary focus of Foundation Robotics Lab isn't making robots to be DJs at nightclubs, but rather build robots for national defense and military purposes. The robotics startups' clientele include auto manufacturers, warehouses, and logistics firms, and the U.S. Department of Defense. Robots like Phantom are already being used in non-combat roles in the U.S. military, like maintenance tasks and refueling aircrafts in remote areas. Foundation is the only American robotics company building humanoids for national defense. Other robotics companies have prohibited weaponization of robots and promised never to use them. Never to use them in military roles. We're
Never.
the opposite, co-founder Mike LeBlanc told SFGate. We believe that humanoids are going to be critical for the future of warfare, hence designing robots that are bigger, faster, stronger. The unveiling of the humanoid robot as a DJ was a way for the company to show that the war machine can also be used for fun. We are not trying to apologize for the strength of robots, LeBlanc told the outlet. So for us, this is the perfect unveiling because this is what our robot is. This was a fun moment. So they don't want you to, be too scared of these things. They want you, it's coming at you with like a bayonet, and you're just like fist bump.
Yeah. We will kill you. Yeah.
Kill all humans.
Exactly. Okay. Heather says Facebook Live is down. Okay. I guess everybody's just going to have to watch us on YouTube tonight.
Yep.
Even though it says we're live on Facebook.
Oh wait, I see us on Facebook though.
Wait, see, it might be the old one.
Yeah, because I see us. I just can't send it for some reason to.
Let me go. Yeah.
My JJ Paranormal. But what I'm going to also put up is a notification. Copy.
See page. Hey, there we are.
If you're having trouble logging on to Facebook, come on over to YouTube. Technical issues tonight.
There's the current. Let's see. Wait a minute. Is that Facebook? It says it is. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. There's so many links here.
You're going to be sleeping and your camera is just going to start. Oh, no, you still have to click the button. The button.
Button. View on facial book. Yeah, we're up there.
I put up another link, though, with just the YouTube link in case people are having issues. They can just clicky right here.
Clickety.
Clackety clack.
Now I got like 40 windows open. Which one? Sure. Okay, here we go. I got another weird.
I got a couple weirds. That's what makes it
better.
better.
Okay, that is not the link I want. Neither is that. Hey, there's the show. Is this the show? No, this is not the show. There's what I'm looking for. Good God. Lost myself. Okay. What we got here
It was a failure to communicate.
is a shit show. A couple of pictures on this one. This one, this would be one of those WTH moments. Ad stage mystery as dog is spotted on top of the Great Pyramid of Giza. What? It says an unexpected tourist was recently captured on camera at the very top of Egypt's tallest pyramid a dog. Given their step-like outer structure and impressive heights, the Egyptian pyramids have become a bit of a magnet over the years for thrill seekers looking to climb right to the top, an act that is strictly forbidden by Egyptian authorities. Yeah, they probably don't endorse you going there and climbing up on the pyramid to get to the top. I'm at the top, Mom. Some tourists caught trying to climb up the walls have even been jailed or sentenced or have been barred from entering the country altogether.
Ooh.
I guess they got to throw you out of the country to bar you from re-entering the company. Country. You have company in the country that kick your ass out if you climb the pyramids. That's what they're trying to say.
They slap you on a camel backwards and blindfolded and slap its ass and away you go.
Yeah, out in the middle of the desert.
Yep.
When paramotorist Alex Lang was passing near the pyramids on a recent flight, however, it wasn't a tourist he spotted standing on the very top. Not a human tourist, at least. There, wandering around the topmost stone of the Great Pyramid, was a dog. He quickly ascertained that an animal was barking at some birds perched nearby, but it was unclear what he had compelled the dog. Whatever AI wrote this article needs their ass kicked. What had compelled the dog to actually climb all the way to the top of the pyramid in the first place is unknown. When the footage. What's that?
So maybe something chased it up there.
Could be.
Or he's just curious.
Desert Yeti in the middle of the night.
Bird.
He quickly, when the footage was shared online, it created a great deal of interest as well as significant concern for the well-being of the animal. As things stand, however, Egyptian officials have yet to comment on the incident. You can check out the footage of the dog for yourself on Unexplained Mysteries website. And I got another picture, because you can't really, it's just like a picture of the pyramids right here. But a picture that the paraglide guy apparently took is
Stop.
is right here. And in this picture, if I make it bigger, there's the dog, in fact, at the top of the pyramid. I don't know where exactly the birds were at, but yeah, there's Fido hanging out on the top of the Great Pyramid. Like, I mean, just seeing it right there is not that big of a deal, but when you realize how big that pyramid is and how many big blocks, I mean, those aren't like, that dog had to like jump up each one of these blocks. It's not just like a step for a dog or even a person.
It's like leap.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long ass way for a dog to climb up. So who knows? Who knows why he went up? Maybe he was hungry and he's out in the middle of the desert and he saw birds up there and he's like, I'm going to go eat one of those birds. And, hunger will make you do a lot of things. Maybe aliens dropped him there. Maybe he didn't climb up at all. Maybe he in fact is an alien. Who knows? You ever hear the story about the pyramids being covered, and they used to be all smooth? They were covered in like this plaster stuff.
Oh yeah.
They were all smooth, and the top, very top up here, was a big pyramid of gold.
Yeah, and all the gold tips disappeared, and that's why they're flat.
Yep. Somebody pilfered the Great Pyramids. I don't know. I don't know what they were built for or what they used to do, but there's some definite mysteries and secrets.
Climbed it because it was there.
Climbed it like Mount Everest. I'm going to climb it because it's there.
Because I can.
But yeah, like, I mean, if you look at this picture real quick, I mean, you just see the dog up on top of the pyramid, and, it's like, well, yeah, he climbed up there. But, I mean, he's up on this one, the tallest one, and, like, look how small these horses and people are compared to these pyramids. And this freaking dog just decided, hey, I'm going to climb up this thing. That seems a little weird. I don't know. Yeah, how does it? Is he still up there? Like 3 years later, dog's still up there.
Who do you think will get down first, the astronauts or the dog?
Yeah, I don't know. The aliens. Yeah, it could be a wild dog. I don't know.
I bet he chased something up there. But that's still, he really.
I mean, that's a commitment. That didn't take him. That didn't take him 5 minutes to climb up this thing. I mean, that's
and no water and the dust on his poor little tongue.
I mean, that's a long ass way up there.
I don't know.
That's weird.
I hope they got him down. I hear dogs do that often, though, or I thought when I first read this, like, weeks back, they were saying something about, like, other stuff will, like, climb up them or something does.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just browsing through pictures and I saw the picture and I was like, is that a dog? And then I found the article. I was like, well, I'll be doggone.
Is that a goddamn dog?
Daggone dingo ate my baby. Bada bing, bada boom. Meta.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I had another one where they're talking about brain to text type things. I couldn't get the article open, so when I pasted the headline, I got like a Live Science, and then this one came up too. Well, Live Science talked about how they have an investor who's helping them run these, experiments. But then I saw the one with Meta, and they're funding a private whatever thing. So I figured, I think Zuckerberg must be the investor. It's probably the same brain to text or whatever software or whatever it is. But Zuckerberg's rolling it. So I thought there can't be two people like doing it right now, could there? But it was coming up. So
just that picture of him right there, like when he went on, what's his name, Joe Rogan's podcast, and was talking about, they forced me, we're not going to censor anything. And that picture right there, he's just like, yeah, you believe that shit again, didn't you? Because he hadn't changed anything.
No. Do you hear the sideshow?
Yeah, what is that?
That's people in a bunch of cars and motorcycles screaming donuts around dangerously
Wow.
until
Yeah, I can
someone
hear that.
crashes or they get run off.
Nice.
Yeah, look up Bay Area sideshows. There it goes again.
Yep.
Okay. Meta's brain to text tech is here, and we are not remotely ready. I'm not ever going to be ready. Elon Musk has arguably been the boldest bro oligarch, I don't know, when it comes to brain machine interfaces. But Mark Zuckerberg is hot on his heels. Shortly after Musk co-founded Neuralink, the company that's put chips in 3 human brains and counting, in 2016, Meta, then Facebook, also ventured into neurotechnology research, announcing plans to build tech that would let people type with their brains and hear language through their skin. Since then, Meta funded researchers have figured out how to decode speech from activity recorded from surgically implanted electrodes inside people's brains. While brain surgery could feel worth it for a paralyzed person who wants to regain the ability to communicate, invasive devices like these are a hard sell for someone who just wants to type faster. They can't even get speech to text right.
Yeah, exactly.
Commercial devices regular people might actually want need to be wearable and removable rather than permanent. Meta tabled its efforts to build consumer brain computer interfaces a few years ago. And we read about that back then too. Brain reading headbands weren't ready for prime time. Instead of developing new gadgets directly, the company has been investing in slower burning neuroscience research. Their hope is that studying the brain will help them build AI that's better at stuff humans are good at, like processing language. Some of this research still focused on mind reading, specifically decoding how the brain produces sentences. This month, though, Meta made a breakthrough. In collaboration with the Basque Center of Cognition, Brain and Language, researchers at Meta's Fundamental Artificial Intelligence Research FAIR lab were able to accurately decode unspoken sentences from brain signals recorded outside the skull. No surgery required. This was just in a lab, of course, but these findings mark a major step toward the wearable mind reading devices Zuckerberg promised 8 years ago. And as brain to text devices inch closer toward commercial viability, and in the not so distant future, we'll need to grapple with what it means for Meta to be their gatekeeper. In the lab, mind reading technology promises to reveal previously unknowable information about how our brains construct thoughts, make decisions, and guide our actions. But out in the world, tech companies may misuse our brain data unless we establish and enforce regulations to stop them. And we see the way AI regulations, worked right away and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, are there any? Meta can decode unspoken sentences from your brain's magnetic fields. And remember, I said a few years ago that they actually have a helmet that you can walk down the street, and if somebody else has the helmet on, or however it works, if they have the helmet, they can actually grab what your brain is thinking as they walk past you. And that was a long time ago, so who knows how far along they are. You can just be walking down the street, someone has a headband on, walks past you, and whatever thing you were thinking, they just heard it.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
It's terrifying. Until a couple of years ago, researchers couldn't decode unspoken language without implanting electrodes inside the brain, which requires surgery. In 2023, scientists at the University of Texas used MFRI coupled with a version of the AI models that power ChatGPT to decode the gist of unspoken sentences from brain activity. But but fMRI machines cost millions of dollars and can outweigh a fully grown elephant, limiting their usefulness outside the lab. Because neuroscientists are generally unwilling to stick recording devices inside a human brain, most studies of the human brain involve measuring some proxy for neural activity itself. If M Bootsy, stop it. If MRI scanners measure how much blood flows to brain cells while they work, which entails a bit of a lag, another method called magneto MEG measures magnetic field brain cells create when they send electrical signals. While neither of these techniques can track what individual cells are doing, they both provide a rough snapshot of the brain's activity patterns while someone is doing a task, like reading or typing. Cool thing is that unlike fMRI, MEG can record the brain in near real time. So, meta researchers recruited 35 volunteers to type sentences on a keyboard while sitting in an MEG scanner, which looks like a salon hair drying chair from outer space. Some also had EEG electrodes gelled to their face and scalp to record electrical signals radiating from brain cells through their skulls. Each person's brain activity helped train an AI model to guess what they typed. Essentially, part of the model learned to match patterns of brain activity to the letters someone was typing at the time. Researchers fed another part of the model a bunch of Wikipedia articles to teach it how sentences work and what words often appear next to each other in different contexts. With this information, if someone meant to type I love you, but their brain signals read ILOVRYOI, possibly because their brain actually led them to make a typo, the model could effectively autocorrect that prediction because it knows how letters and words should work in context. And again, they can't fix voice to text. Using EEG, which is much more portable than an fMRI or MEG scanner, meta researchers were able to use AI to decode the exact letters someone was typing about a third of the time. That doesn't sound particularly impressive until you consider that EEG records brain cells via electrodes outside of the skull, many layers of separation away from the brain itself. It's like trying to eavesdrop on a conversation at a crowded bar by standing outside and holding a glass against the wall. Given all the noise, catching even a third of that conversation is already quite challenging. MEG captures brain activity more precisely than EEG because magnetic signals from brain cells don't get as distorted by the skull as electrical signals. By feeding MEG data into their AI model, meta researchers accurately decoded between 70 to 80% of what people typed, blowing previous models out of the water. So if Meta ever wants to build mind reading headbands, recording magnetic fields might be their best bet. How much more? So this goes on quite a bit. I'll post it on my page. Facebook's already great at peering into your brain without any need for electrodes. They know much of your cognitive profile, just how you use the internet. They're reminding us. They already use AI to extrapolate your mental health from your digital footprint. They use AI to flag and sometimes delete posts about self harm and suicide, and can trigger consensual wellness checks when detect concerning messages on Messenger or WhatsApp. Given how much convenience we gain by giving away personal data, food deliveries, remote work, connecting with friends online, lots of people give up on digital privacy altogether. Even though many people feel uncomfortable with the amount of personal information companies take from us, they also believe they have no control over their privacy. Um, and then they go on to talk more about all that, but I'll post that in my on my profile.
Yeah, I don't really want like what I say in my brain and what comes out of my mouth are like two different things. I don't know that I want people reading my mind.
Yeah.
You know, in a public place. I mean, that could get you in big trouble of all sorts of varieties.
I mean, my face already gives away way too much sometimes. Like, my face will say so much that it could be really dangerous if you really knew what was going through my head at an Ally McBeal moment.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you start getting like thrown in jail. You know, the cops, they walk by you, they have the retina readers, so they look at you, they scan your eye. You seem to be like someone who's either capable of this or might do that or might have done this. And then they're reading your head. Oh my goodness. They can just pick you up. That's why you got to sew those plastic handcuff keys into like the seams of your favorite sweatshirts and like pants you wear the most. So if they try to
Yeah,
take you away, haha, you have a chance of getting away.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my brain would be definitely getting me in trouble a lot. Yeah, I'd probably end up in jail too. Yeah, I was looked up. I looked up the dog that climbed the pyramid, and there's a video, but I'm not going to play it because it's got music. But yeah, it left people online wondering how the dog managed to scale the 480-foot pyramid and whether it got down safely. Alex Lang, another paraglider who filmed the dog, said while he was shocked at first, the dog seemed like he was the king of the pyramid and comfortable with the climb up and down. Maybe he was trying to scare the birds away so he could enjoy the view to himself. Yeah. Mr. Mosher said he was concerned that the dog had got itself stuck on the pyramid, and but he saw no sign of it when he flew over the next day. If he got himself up, he can get himself down, unless he found some secret portal that helped him teleport to the top of the pyramids. I was going to go with that theory, but the dog did indeed get itself down. It's fine and cared for by the American Cairo Animal Rescue Foundation. Apparently, he's one of 8 dogs in a pack that lives on the upper reaches of the pyramid, and he was spotted several times climbing up. Many strays live at the pyramid complex, but Apollo's mother, Laika, climbed toward the top of the structure as she felt safer there. I don't know what's on the bottom that's making him climb up. Apollo and his siblings now live there, climbing the top regularly to hunt birds. So I guess he saw the birds up there and was like, I'm going to go eat one of their asses because there ain't much to eat out here in the desert. But apparently this Cairo group feeds them. And where does it say? Yeah. Vicki Brown, co-founder of the American Cairo Animal Rescue Foundation, said their organization looks after the animals that live near the 4,500-year-old pyramid complexes and elsewhere, providing them with food, water, medical care, and assisting with adoptions. So they're desert dogs, and apparently they climb pyramids to hunt for birds. So he got up there and he got back down safely. I saw somebody's comment that said he got back down, so I looked it up, and there you go.
Well, I'm glad you got back safely.
Yeah. Present share screen window.
What was that movie, Scent of a Woman?
Yeah.
Instead, we've got Scent of a Mummy.
You can smell it.
I had another article, but it wouldn't open, where they're talking about like trained sniffers. It was like the headline. They had trained sniffers to like.
I wonder if cadaver dogs went in a place like this, if they would or does the smell expire after a while and it turns into something else? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, let's see what they say about that. As soon as I get back in.
Yeah, my mind is not a safe place.
My mind is a scary place.
Yeah.
Especially if you've seen what it went through last night while I was sleeping. You'd be like, what the hell? So what do you think? What do you guys think a mummy would smell like? Like under a Band-Aid when you take a cast or a Band-Aid off, or just decomp, or incense?
I think it would smell like
dust.
Dirt.
Like dirt.
Like dirt and dust and earth. I think the funk, I don't know. I've never smelled the mummy, even though I've seen a couple, but
Have you ever wondered what a mummy smelled like?
Have I what?
Ever wondered what a mummy smelled like?
I've never wondered what a mummy smelled like until tonight, and now I'm curious.
I used to kind of wonder what a mummy smelled like. Researchers took a whiff of Egyptian mummies for science, and they were surprised by the pleasantness of them. At first whiff, it sounds repulsive. Sniff the essence of an ancient corpse. But researchers who indulged their curiosity in the name of science found the well-preserved Egyptian mummies actually smelled pretty good. In films and books, terrible things happen to those who smell mummified bodies, said Cecilia. We were surprised at the pleasantness of them. Woody, spicy, and sweet were the leading descriptions, from what sounded more like a wine tasting than a mummy sniffing exercise. Floral notes were also detected, which could be from pine and juniper resins used in embalming. The study, published Thursday in the Journal of the American Chemical Society, used both chemical analysis and a panel of human sniffers to evaluate the odors from 9 mummies as old as 5,000 years that had been either in storage or on display at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. The researchers wanted to systematically study the smell of mummies because it has long been a subject of fascination for the public and researchers alike. Archaeologists, historians, conservators, and even fiction writers have devoted pages of their work to the subject for good reason. Scent was an important consideration in the mummification process that used oils, waxes, and balms to preserve the body and its spirit for the afterlife. So when you start thinking about all that, I could kind of see how it probably would have a pretty decent smell, especially since it's all preserved and everything, and basically things rubbed down and all this like natural stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine, the first 5 years, they probably got a stank to them.
Yeah.
But after everything's dried up and mummified,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you just smell the herbs and the oils and the dankness of death. I don't know.
As it starts to jerkify.
Mm.
But I could see that. I could see mummies having a
I know.
or odor.
I've been to, like, what are they called? Mausoleums. I've been in a few of those, and they don't really smell that good to me. Maybe it's
No,
just they got a funk to them. It's not just me.
no, it has a funk.
Yeah.
Like you smell death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The
there's one right
practice,
down the road from me, and I've been to
and
it
you
several
can
times.
go in it.
Yeah, it's funky smelling.
Funky smell Cadena. The practice was largely reserved for pharaohs and nobility, and pleasant smells were associated with purity and deities, while bad odors were signs of corruption and decay. Without sampling the mummies themselves, which would be invasive, researchers from UCL and another university were able to measure whether aromas were coming from the archaeological item, pesticides, or other products used to conserve the remains, or from deterioration due to mold, bacteria, or microorganisms. We were quite worried we might find notes or hints of decaying bodies, which wasn't the case, said a chemistry professor. We were specifically worried that there might be indications of microbial degradation, but that was not the case, which means the environment in this museum is actually quite good in terms of preservation. Using technical instruments to measure and quantify air molecules emitted from the sarcophagi to determine the state of preservation without touching the mummies was like the holy grail. Tells us potentially what social class a mummy was from, and therefore it reveals a lot of information about the mummified body that is relevant not just to conservators, but to curators and archaeologists as well, he said. We believe that this approach is potentially of huge interest to other types of museum collectors. Barbara, who is not involved in the study, said the findings provide crucial data on compounds that could preserve or degrade mummified remains. The information could be used to better protect the ancient bodies for future generations. However, the research also underscores a key challenge. The smells detected today are not necessarily those from the time of mummification. He said over 1,000 years, evaporation, oxidation, and even storage conditions have significantly altered the original scent profile. Huber authored a study 2 years ago that analyzed residue from a jar that had contained mummified organs and a noble woman to identify embalming ingredients, their origins, and what they revealed about the trade routes. She then worked with a perfume creator to create an interpretation of the embalming scent known as the scent of eternity for an exhibition in the museum in Denmark. Researchers of the current study hope to do something similar using their findings to develop smellscapes, like scratch and sniff museums, to artificially recreate the scents they detected and enhance the experience for future museum goers. Museums have been called white cubes, where you are prompted to read, to see, to approach everything from a distance with your eyes. Observing the mummified bodies through a glass case reduces the experience because we don't get to smell them. We don't get to know about the mummification process in an exponential way, which is one of the ways that would understand and engage with the world. So they want to be able to smell it. They don't just want to look at it. They want to smell it too.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
Yeah,
I always just think, okay, yeah, these mummies, they're people, and we've dug them out of their resting place, and now we got them in a museum. It's like, are they going to do that to us, 100 or 1,000 years from now? I mean, I guess not, because we won't be mummified.
We'll be radioactive, blown back to the stars.
Yeah. I don't know. I always want to define that line of when it's okay to dig a body up and examine, and put it on display. I mean,
when is it for science and when is it like bad? Like,
yeah, I mean, 20 years, 25 years. No, that's weird. You're like
5,000 years they've rested long enough.
Yeah, 100 years, is that like, oh, it's 100 years old? Yeah, we can dig him up now. The stank's probably gone. We can dig him up now.
Well, dude, her husband's still alive, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, where's the line there between science and morbid
curiosity? I mean, there is learning in it, but
yeah,
you think that these people have I mean, we have our rituals, but it's nothing like Taiwan or other places where the burial process is just such a ritual, down to which way you're facing, how you sit in the ground. And like in Taiwan, you bury your body first till you decay, and then they dig your bones back up and burn your bones and put you in the ash room. And if you're tipped a certain way, then bad stuff happens if your feet go the wrong way. And so they put a lot of thought into the death, like preserving them and getting them ready for the death process, what they're going to wear, what they're going to take with them. These are all very important things to them.
Is it important to the living more than it is important to I mean, like Craig says, when I'm dead, I'm not going to care. I mean,
But if you're a spiritual person who, has lived and you're superstitious and you're spiritual and you believe, you're bringing these things into your next stage of life, and that's your core belief, then who's somebody else to say, I don't believe in your core belief, so screw what made you feel better at your time of death and how you wanted your body to be laid to rest, because I want to sniff you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of those hard.
Yeah.
Where do you cross the line? When does the line cross in the name of science?
Yeah, and then like, I mean, say you give all your organs, give all your organs up to somebody else, so that somebody else can live. Is it, I mean, does it matter what happens to the rest of you? I don't know. I mean, you took your heart or your lungs or your kidneys or whatever out of you. So, I mean, you're not going to need that stuff. I'm assuming you're not going to need that stuff for the next realm. It's like, shit, I wish I hadn't gave my heart away, because now I don't have one, and here I am stuck here with no heart and only one testicle. Damn it. I don't know. A lot of questions. But yeah, maybe it is more for the living than the dead. I don't know, but like if you, like Jamie said, if you're a spiritual person and you're like, when I die, I want to be placed, facing east with my feet, blah blah blah. I've never heard a whole lot.
Believe, that's how I'm going to go to my heaven.
Yeah. I mean, the most popular one I've heard is, I want them to bury me face down so the world can kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass. Face down, ass up.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I've never really thought about sniffing mummies till now. But I have, like I was looking, like I was talking last week, I think that Cave of the Dead in Mexico, or maybe I was talking to Sam about that. But there's this cave that's just full of just shizzle loads of mummies. And I did, when I saw that, I mean, they're just lined up on the walls. And when I saw that, I was thinking, wow, I wonder if it smells funky in there. So I guess I have thought about sniffing mummies and just didn't realize it. Mummy sniffer.
Mummy sniffer. Good mummy sniffer.
Exactly. Well, I got one of these. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd have time or not with all the craziness going on today.
Craziness. This one's a short one because, of all the craziness going on today. But did manage to get a Crystal of the Week video.
Really hoping.
And here it is. This week's Crystal of the Week. It's honeycomb calcite. What is honeycomb calcite? It's a variety of calcite that crystallizes in mass formation. The color is bright orange to yellow, and it's caused by sulfur deposit inclusions which occurred during the formation about 150 million years ago. There's a unique pattern on the surface of honeycomb calcite that resembles a repeating cell pattern or a honeycomb, which refers to its name. It was discovered in 1995 by Floyd Anderson and is only found in the United Mountains of Utah. The Shamrock Mining Company owns the rights to this material and the land that it's on, but it can be found for sale by various third-party suppliers. In 2021, honeycomb calcite was officially recognized as the state mineral of Utah. Some of the meaning and energy with honeycomb calcite: it helps one with their imagination. With its intriguing patterns, the crystal enlivens our sacral chakra, unlocking a portal to the realm where intuition is the key. When you engage with this crystal, it not only fuels your self-assurance, but also inspires a sense of resilience. It provides you the strength to weather life's storms, all while helping you maintain a firm grip on your authentic self. In this way, honeycomb calcite serves as a guide, leading you on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. I could recommend honeycomb calcite for anyone who feels down on themselves. This calcite variety is very positive and uplifting stone. Its orange rays mirror that of the sun, producing and unleashing certain endorphins within the body. When used during meditation, the soul seeks love and light through all sources of positivity. The most important being the love of yourself. So there's a little bit about this week's crystal of the week, honeycomb calcite. A short but sweet crystal of the week.
I've been wanting a piece of that.
I've been wanting me a piece of that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be reading my mind now. that there's pieces of that crystal that kind of look really cool, and then there's some kind of, it could kind of creep some people out that don't, have a thing
with the Trico, whatever the Jeff has out with the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I showed him like that, when I want to learn how to do those, starts with an M, with all the dots that go around it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm like, isn't this cool? And he's like, uh-huh. I'm like, but look, and I'm zooming in. I'm like, look at the texture. Look at the, and he's like getting visibly. I'm like, but look at it. He's like, I see it. He goes, don't you remember I have that thing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I am so sorry.
Yep.
I don't know why I get fascinated by weird little holes. Like, it's just creepy and weird to me, but like it doesn't like gross me out.
Yeah.
Like honeycombs. Like what it reminds me of is they used to show this thing like for women that didn't wash their bras. This was like in the 90s, I think, and on the computer. And they're like, for women that don't wash your bras, or you try them on in the dressing room and whatever, there's somebody dirty. These women would get like these things that look like that, like on their chest, where these little bugs would like come out of the holes in their skin, and they would have to like stick tweezers to pull them out. But it was like honeycomb on their boobs, black holes. So that's what that always reminds me of, is like, that creeps me out.
Yeah, I don't really want to see honeycomb boobs.
No, especially with little like maggot type larvae coming out of it.
No thanks. And I like boobs, but hey, yeah, I don't want maggot boobs.
No. But I don't really like creep out over like my Dalmatian stone rock. I love it, but that would like really creep, some people out like that.
Yep. Yeah, like
I think it's more in the pattern too, when they're like, like perfectly in a pattern.
29-hole honeycomb calcite wine rock.
That's sick.
Did
they like drill that out?
Yeah, they had to.
Calcite.
Yeah. But even like that piece is pretty wild looking.
So pretty. And then like some of the polished ones, it kind of gives like that water look to it, or like the sun rays.
Those are kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're out of stock.
Was it Etsy?
Yep.
That girl never got them cards, man. She still hasn't had them made. I stopped hitting her up.
Yeah, it kind of does look like bone fragments. So, not washing your bra, is that a thing?
If you really get dirty like that, or bugs.
Or just in general?
Well, I mean, I wash my bra, so I don't know, but um, in fact, I've got several, so I can like put on a clean one while I'm washing, other ones.
Yeah. It's like I got these underwear. I've had them for 4 years. I've never washed them.
I don't know about like that
Mm.
weird whatever. I just remember it in the like 90s. Like if you don't wash your bras, this is what can happen.
Mm.
Some people don't though. Some people will actually wear the same one for like a month at least before they change it out.
Hmm. The Stinky Meat Project. I don't even know if I want to know what that is.
I sent Raw pictures of these girls last night that were eating raw meat. There was like 7 girls.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had
They were
packages
chowing.
of hamburger meat and steaks and T-bones, and they sat there ripping it up like they're about ready to watch Friends or something, and shaking salt on the meat. And then she's like, eating the bloody red meat with like the fat pieces. People are like, she's just spitting that out. He goes, no, girl, no, child, she swallows. She's got a channel. Like they do this, and the other girls like watching TV. Like you would go grab some popcorn, grab a handful of raw hamburger meat, balling it up in her hand. She's eating it.
Mm. My dog loves raw hamburger meat. I don't know.
I couldn't believe it. And plus, it was just like the way they ate it, so like savagely, just like
Primal, yeah.
like they didn't like cut the steak.
Yeah, I was like, damn, girl, you ain't never heard of a fork and a knife? I mean, yeah, she just got the steak just gnawing on it like a
Yeah,
freaking baboon.
even the raw hamburger meat, they could have ate it with a spoon,
Mm.
but no. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, I didn't used to like raw meat. I mean, I don't eat raw meat now, but I do eat a pretty rare steak every now and again. Like I was telling you last night, I had a friend that would like eat the rarest steak. I mean, the waiter would ask him how he wanted his steak, and he would just say, well, give me a fork and a knife, and wipe its butt on the way to the table. He wouldn't even like it warmed up. He would eat a cold, rare, extra rare steak.
It wasn't cold. Even the warm, like animals like it still a little bit warm because it's like a fresh kill.
Yeah.
And I know it's like the pork. That's the bad one. Where the guy got all the maggots and everything in them. You can get like salmonella and some other stuff if the meat is bad, the red meat. But it was just the whole process and the way she grinned about it.
Yeah, they did look a bit savage.
Yeah, they had several reasons for doing this.
It's like my mom, when she used to cook steak, my dad, she would cook it like well done. And my dad would always say, your mother ruins the steak. It's like when I cooked the steak for him for the first time, he freaked out. He wanted me to cook them for the rest of the time.
Oh,
But yeah,
because he liked it.
yeah, he liked it more rare, and my mom would cook the living piss out of them until they were like wet leather, brown, all the way through. Well done. But
Like me, where they're almost like beef jerky.
mm-hmm. I like them a little pink. I like some of the pink. Yep.
Well, like I was telling you, I'm definitely not like a meat person. I'm grossed about, like I don't like blood all over the plate, from the meat. But
Yeah.
when the only time that I don't get medium well or like just super well, like depending what it is, like well done or actually it's always well done, but I would get medium well more on the pink side when I would get the petite filet because that
Yeah.
was the only meat ever that I thought actually tasted worse when it was cooked more and it was softer and just better.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like bleeding and stuff, but it
Yeah.
was pink for me.
I remember the first time I ate, um, what was it, salmon, and it was like just no, it was tuna, seared ahi or seared tuna, and my friend made it, and I remember looking at it on the plate like I cut it in half, and I was like, "This shit's raw." That's what I'm like. It's another one of those things like you don't want to know what my brain is saying because I'm like,
Yeah.
"Your fucking mind, this shit's raw. I'm not gonna eat this." I didn't say that, but that's what my brain was saying. So yeah, he would have probably, you don't have that brain reader on, do you? But yeah, I ended up eating it, and I was like, it's not bad. So I got kind of used to eating somewhat, seared tuna, and then I've eaten it raw, like sushi, before.
Seared tuna can be good though.
Yeah.
If you have like that sauce on it.
Before I like several times I tried sushi, and I was just like, this ain't for me. But I freaking love it now. Now that I don't eat it anymore.
Yeah,
My
I'm
favorite
still
was
like California rolls and like the salmon and the ones with the avocado and the
yeah.
salmon and shrimp and the tuna.
Yeah, the first time I ate sashimi, I was like, I'm not gonna like this. And I ate it and I was like, holy shit, this is good. A friend of mine made sashimi with he caught a wahoo, and we cleaned it, big old fish, chopped up a big slab of wahoo, cut it all up into little cubes, threw it in a bowl with onions and all kinds of other stuff, and basically put lemon and lime juice on it and covered it and put it in the fridge. And I'm thinking, wonder how he's going to cook it, and pulled it out of the fridge and pulled me up a bowl of it. I was like, He's like, I know it's raw fish, but the lemon juice cooks it. I'm like, okay. So I tried it and I was like, holy shit, this is good.
There's Below Deck or something where they have like it's like a yacht show where these people like screw around below deck, and they're not serving people. But one of the chefs will do that, and it's one of the fish like that, but I think it's like salt and lemon or something because people say they don't eat they won't eat raw fish, but they say it's like cured, like this is cooked fish because the salt and the lemon, whatever, like cooks the fish.
Yeah.
So it's technically cooked.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
Yeah, it was, man. Yeah, the stuff that he made, I was looking at it going, I'm not going to eat that. And then I was like, well, I'll try it. And holy crap. Every time I would see him, I'm like, hey, you going to make that again? Hey, you going to make that again? Hey.
He's probably like, dude, it's hella easy.
Yeah, it is. I've
Do you
made
put
it.
it on rice or do you just eat it alone?
You can. I was just eating it alone. Like it had lemon and lime juice. There may have been orange juice in it, maybe a little bit, and just onions and like some green peppers and a few different things, all chopped up. Kind of made like this salad sort of thing out of it. Really good. Yeah, I'm still doing the carnivore thing. I haven't done vegetables or fruit or anything.
I forgot. Are you allowed to have ice cream because of the dairy?
Yeah, I make my own ice cream. I make carnivore ice cream,
Ooh.
and it's actually pretty good. It's just basically cream, eggs, and like whatever, if I use a couple packs of this element, whatever. It's like a what's the word I can't think of? Hydrates you. Electrolytes. There you go. It's got electrolytes in it. But it's a caramel chocolate flavored electrolyte powder that I dump in there, and it
Oh.
comes out tasting like butter pecan ice cream. But yeah, it's basically just cream, couple of raw eggs, that flavoring, a little bit of sweetener, and mixed up. And there you go. There you have it. Comes out great.
I mean, that's kind of what ice cream's supposed to be anyway,
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. I've seen carnivore bread, and I made carnivore. What the hell are they called? English muffins, and they were made out of. You use ground chicken or turkey and pork rind crumbs, eggs, and something else. Put it in the blender, and then put it in like little muffin pans. Or I think I put it in muffin things. Maybe I just can't remember what I did with it. No, I got a bagel mold, a little silicone bagel mold. Put it in that. Baked them. I liked them. They tasted a lot like not English muffins. I'm thinking they were bagels, basically carnivore bagels, and they tasted a lot to me like kind of the same texture as a bagel, almost. Not quite as chewy, but you think using chicken that would taste like, you know, a chicken patty, but it didn't really. It's weird.
Like processed chicken, because, with like the breadcrumbs or the pork rind crumbs.
Yeah,
Well, that's probably what makes it not taste like that, is because you're not using the bread
yeah,
and chicken that would make it taste like a processed chicken patty. Very creative. People get very, very creative.
yeah. The pizza. I just got stuff to make pizza tonight, and because there ain't a whole heck of a lot to eat in the fridge right now. But yeah, just I use ground chicken, pork rind, crumbs, a couple of eggs, and some Parmesan cheese. Mix it all up, and spread it out on a cookie sheet about a 1/4 inch thick, bake it, and then put meat and cheese and whatnot on it and bake that for like another 20 minutes. And holy mother of pearl, it comes out good. Yeah, I made taco shells with some fried cheese.
How did that turn out?
Pretty good. Yeah, I was surprised. I just put cheese in a little frying pan, and kind of browned it, cooked it to where it was kind of browned, and then you can pick it up and hang it over a thing and, let it set up, and looks kind of like a taco shell.
Huh.
And then I just stuffed it full of meat and cheese, and damn, it was tasty. But yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, we started out pretty rough. Gonna work on this software again this week. And I think StreamYard runs out. I want to say it's like March 4th or 5th, something like that. We might have another week or so on here. But I've been trying to find something new. Haven't found anything, obviously, that's as stable as StreamYard, but StreamYard's definitely one of the most expensive ones now. But I don't know. We'll be back again next week with who the hell knows what. Maybe it won't be as much of a shit show as the start of this one turned out to be. But thanks for hanging out with us as usual. And
helping test earlier.
Yeah, definitely big time. Yeah, like when we did the test earlier, everything seemed to work fine. Right up until we were going to go live again, and it worked up until it didn't.
Sorry about my grumpy mood at the beginning. I was a little jaded.
Yeah, this is definitely a much more stable platform, unfortunately. Maybe I'll try to get Restream working. I'll work on that again. But other than that, I guess we'll catch y'all next time, and might see you for a bit on Sunday for Paranormal Soup. That guy that was on last week was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Tex Wesson.
Yeah, I think we might be getting more like that.
Cool. Yeah, I had somebody that emailed us that wanted to come on as a guest. I'll have to go back and look to see who that was. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Right on.
All right. Catch y'all next time. Thanks for hanging with us. Love y'all. See ya then.